how long will it take to active your campus in GIFTCity?
So what, of course, subject to the approvals, we are looking at the students starting in 2026. So roughly around August of 2026 is when we expect the first student to come in. But of course, once we get the approval, the work on developing the infrastructure around it, hiring people and getting that entire machinery in place will all start long before that.
So at what stage is the university currently at as far as applications concerned? Have you placed an application with GIFTCity?
So we're meeting the GIFTCity officials day after.
Okay.
So they're expecting us, and I do believe that that the with the university, with the ranking and the reputation of Surrey, the most welcoming us into GIFTCity. So in some ways the process will start now, Max.
In fact, my colleague, Professor Tim Dunn, my provost, led a delegation to GIFTCity about 18 months ago, back in 2023. They had a very productive meeting, and they were very welcoming. That led to the subsequent meetings with the officials and also with our partner, GUS.
Could you outline GUB role and responsibility in establishing and operating the University of Surrey GIFTCity campus?
What did you say?
Could you outline
Yeah.
GUS role? And
Okay. Well, maybe the best is for Dr. Sherrod to outline.
But we'll do whatever Max allows us. but largely, what GUS would be doing is essentially on the non-academic side of it to provide strategic support, support in terms of enrollments, placements of student, industry associations, legal, technology, and that would be the entire gamut of services provided by GUS, whereas the university will take care of the academics. So that the teaching and learning in the classroom, the research is where the expertise of Surrey will come in. So in some ways it's a great partnership because we understand the Indian landscape very well, we understand the regulation, we understand the student aspirations, and Surrey understands the world of academics. So that's how it's going.
Yeah, that's right. Just to add to Dr. Sherrod.
What courses, if there is any plan, what kind of courses will start to begin with? What all courses will you start, and what kind of difference in the fee structure will be there compared to the university? There, somebody goes to study there, and somebody studies here. So, can you give a rough idea of that?
Okay, so just to add to what Dr. Sherrod said, so the GUS is going to look after all this recruitment, marketing, and regulatory approval processes, as well as the ancillary services and support, whereas the University of Surrey is going to ensure the academic programs, the quality assurance, the hiring of faculty members, the teaching and assessment, and also certification. So this is the complementary responsibilities that the two partners have agreed. So in terms of the courses that we will offer, first but not limited to those will be international business management, international finance, and computer science, AI, and cyber security. So these are the areas University of Surrey is well known. We have very established reputation in both teaching and research, because indeed in the AI area we rank #1 in the United Kingdom. For many years we have a core center called and it's a machine learning center. They call it the Center for Vision and Speech Signal Processing, and they've done a lot of great work in the AI, machine perception and machine learning. So now we have a Pine University Institute called People-Centered AI. For the last 3 years, they've been pioneering a lot of applications of AI, development of AI for the benefit of everyone, and in particular in creative industries, in medical and health, and cyber security is another. We have a one of the few GCHQ certified cybersecurity center. So all these education programs we offer build on our strength in academic excellence and research excellence, right? So this is the first few, but we'll look at how we progress in the future. It could expand into other related areas. But in terms of the fee structure, it would be differentiated. It would be different from the fee that the University of Surrey charge at the Guildford campus. But I might ask Dr. Sharon to share his thoughts.
Yeah, so as Dr. Mack said, that there will be a fee differentiation. We're still kind of working out exactly what the fee structure would be, and I think that once we get the regulatory approval, we'll go out and explain what the fee structure would be, but would be definitely an advantage for the Indian students to study in this campus.
No, I just wanted a rough idea of 60-40 or something.
Still, it'll be speculation. It'll be a lot of speculation if I say anything like that.
So, what were the challenges, key operational challenges to establish this GIFT city in Gujarat?
Look, I think from our perspective, and I think
Challenges.
for both, I think we still we felt that it's been a welcoming environment actually, and as Prof mentioned that the Surrey delegation was there as well, and they found the GIFT authorities very welcoming. We have been in touch with them for many initiatives, and generally it's been a group of people who really want things to change. So far we haven't really encountered any real challenges as such, but I think as we go into operations, all the challenges of setting up a new campus in a new country, we are all kind of foreseeing those kind of challenges, but I do believe that between Surrey and GUS, we do have the expertise to deal with those challenges.
So beyond the University of Surrey partnership, are there other international university partnership with them?
International partnership between
Other universities.
In development.
So I mean, look, as I said before, a lot of international universities are expressing their desire to be in India. There have been several conversations which are happening with universities from not only UK but across the world as well. As I said, India is a very exciting place to be. So it's natural that universities are now looking at establishing their branch campuses. So what one would actually expect is that in the next few years, the number of international universities in India is definitely going to increase. And I do believe that with Surrey coming in early, that's going to be a huge early movers advantage to really understand the landscape and establish the brand in India. And that's what we are hoping for.
So talking of the early move advantage, we already have University of Southampton in place. So do you see that as a competition already, or what are your plans to establish University of Surrey different from the university that we already have from UK here?
Matt, would you like to answer? Because look, my answer to that is, as I said earlier, 38 million students to 80 million students. Do you think that a Southampton or a Surrey or a few others will be able to meet that appetite? It's huge,
My understanding is the University of Southampton is going to set up a campus in Delhi. So they are, of course, is a great university, and the programs we offer, as I said earlier, is built on our strength, great sort of excellence and track record. And what they offer may be different. I don't know exactly what the programs they're going to offer. So I don't see there's a conflict or competition as such, because we operate in the GIFTCity, which is in the heart of the International Finance Center, and the courses we offer will be relevant to the local economic and societal needs. And of course, there will be different markets, different segment of market, different students, cohorts interested in those programs.
What
Do you
about the
see the
faculty recruitment,
potential?
sir? Will it
One
be
at a time, yeah.
Yeah, do you see the potential for expanding the international branch campus model to other economic zones or city in India? So what factors would guide such decisions?
Well, I think in the future, if not us, the other institutions, there are many universities in the UK are interested in partnering with institutions here. to expand into other cities. I think we have to take a step at a time and to really establish this branch campus in GIFTCity and do a good job and recruit well and then really demonstrate we can make a difference in the regional sort of higher education ambitions. So I wouldn't say never, but I think at this stage we're not considering moving into other cities to establish another campus.
And do you have any plans of collaboration with Indian industry partners and academic institutions to enhance the student experience and also the employment outcomes at the GIFTCity campus?
So look, first of all, great questions. And I think just to elaborate what Prof said, that universities are not like McDonald's, that you just can replicate one and expand. It takes a lot of effort to set a campus, the ethos, the recruitment of faculty, and set up a complete ecosystem that delivers the great experience and outcome to students. So it takes its own time. And definitely one of the most important outcome that the students are looking for is placements and how well they do in the industry. So therefore, the entire offering would have a very strong component of giving that outcome to the student, either in the form of jobs that they can look at in and outside GIFTCity, or even the opportunities in the area of entrepreneurship for them to have their own startup. So that's something which is planned as part of the entire ecosystem and experience that this joint partnership will be able to offer.
So the plan is to have complete all 3 years or 4 years of study in India, or is there a plan to have a few years here and then you can send the students to Surrey and a part of the studies?
See, it's largely like any other university, will have components of both. We'll have optionality for the students to complete their entire experience in India. Of course, with the same curriculum, the same rigor, the same level of faculty being out there, but also having some exchange kind of programs and semester exchange opportunities, work for students that allows them to get an exposure in a foreign country as well. So it will be part of the entire.
And what about the faculty? Will it be completely from there, or you'll be hiring in India?
It will be a mix of the faculty, and as Prof mentioned, that Surrey is going to be very closely involved in the hiring of the faculty. We will definitely have some who will be coming from the parent university, but we'll also be hiring locally. So it's going to be a good mix of faculty. Would you like to add something?
No,
Okay.
that's correct. Yeah.
Is this the first international branch, or you have some other in other countries?
The University of Surrey has a campus in China, 20 years old. I think that is in the northeastern city of Dalian. So the experience that we have with transnational education, with that particular campus, as well as other partnerships, we have different type of partnerships, give us a great confidence that we can really ensure that the teaching and learning and the quality assurance will be at the cutting edge and as at the same quality as what we have at the Guildford campus.
Just taking his question forward about the fee structure, there are already 3 campuses of international universities in GIFT. Now they have fees as parallel to what you have in your country. So what I hope that you plan something that it would be advantageous to Indian students, because their fee structure is almost parallel if you pay there or pay here.
Is it?
Yeah, there are 3 campuses
There's a
in GIFT City.
little different. I won't say exactly the same, but
Not exactly, but parallel, I said.
look, as I said in the beginning, there is something that we're going to work out which will definitely be an advantage to the student. Looking at both the fee structure and the cost of living in a foreign country, because I think we have to look at the total cost of what the student has to pay. And in the end, there has to be a definite advantage to the student, that they are getting better value for their investment and the same quality of experience. So definitely we are keeping that in mind, because at the end of the day, I want you to understand that from the point of view of the philosophy and ideology of both GUS and Surrey, there is a larger purpose that we are addressing, which is really transforming lives and making sure that an entire generation is educated in the right space. And therefore, that really is the first objective. And that's something that we'll be very, very true to at the core, whether it's about the fees or the quality of experience and the eventual outcome to the student.
I have a follow-up on this. So as far as fee structure is concerned, whether or not there will be any financial aid or scholarship for new students.
Yeah.
And secondly, I also want to know from Professor Max, how do you see the Indian education system? Is it, according to you, aligned with the quality of foreign universities, or you think that there is some deficit? If you can.
So let me take the first part. So yes, financial aid and scholarship will be part of what we will be eventually offering to our students, and the details are going to be worked out once we have the fee structure in place, but definitely the aid and scholarship will be part of the offering.
So your questions about the difference.
I wanted you to comment on Indian education system, and do you think that the current setup that we have over here, the Indian university, are those universities are at par with the foreign universities such as Surrey, or at a high quality?
Yeah, I think, as I commented earlier, generally, I think it's just inspiring to see the rapid growth of the education system here. The quality is improving every year. So I would say the education system here is very, very strong. I mean, we have experienced, myself have experienced that. I had many PhD students who come from India. They are super world-class talent. It's actually better than many countries' students. And in terms of the capacity to really learn and to be educated or to be taught in the British system. So I think the students hope, and also I think we will get the high caliber students into the international branch campus in GIFTCity, the same quality as we get into our Guildford parent campus of the University of Surrey. So I think there's no difference. I think indeed, many of the young students we have so bright, and this is something that inspires us to come here to really think about setting up a branch campus.
Sir, taking this issue forward, if the education standard, you look at the Indian standard of education is good, so what kind of value addition do you expect University of Surrey will do once it opens its campus in India? What kind of value addition do you expect it to provide?
What kind of value adding?
Value addition, because Indian education system also, you look at it as a good education system. So there must be some value addition which University of Surrey will provide.
Well, I'll give you one example. I think the University of Surrey is also well known. We are currently ranked 11th in the United Kingdom on student experience, and we ranked 12th in terms of employability. Right. So there's a long tradition that our students can get jobs up to 96.5%. The employment rate when they graduate, and 85% graduate level jobs. So this is why many of UK students, home students, chosen to study at the University of Surrey, because we have this professional training year program, what we call sandwich year. Although we don't propose exactly copy that or emulate that 1 year sandwich here, but there will be in terms of the curriculum, it's a very practice-based curriculum. There will be opportunity for the student to take a short internship in the GIFTCity itself and in Gujarat, in the region, if not nationwide. That's the value adding. I think through the internship, the practice-based learning, and they can actually gain confidence in the softer skills, and they would really be advantage you see in terms of finding employment when they graduate?
So student experience also depends on the country, because students studying in UK have a completely different experience because of the kind of environment, the kind of employability situation is there. If you bring it to India, it would be very difficult to match. But how do you propose to do that?
Well, thanks. Look, you're absolutely right. That the cultural context of each region, each country is different. And if you look at between Delhi and Goa or Ahmedabad, the context is different. That's the environment. I think really what the university can do is to create that magic inside the classroom, because that's really where the students spend most of the time, and the pedigree of the faculty, the exposure that they have had, all of that sort of combines to make a differentiated experience for the student. Was Prof mentioned around the focus on employability as an important outcome, industry connection, the quality of research which has happened. So it's a combination of all of that really comes into play. And just going back a little to your earlier question, that the two environments are definitely different, and the value addition which I think Surrey really brings is years of expertise in a particular field that we are going to be teaching our students here, and also a faculty which has been exposed at a different level. That I think will be a great value addition in addition to the outcome that the students will get.
So a large portion of the faculty will be from Surrey. That's what you mean.
Yes.
Can I squeeze a question in? So you have two routes to enter the Indian market. One is of course GIFTCity, and the other is through the UGC regulations. Is there a reason why you all chose GIFTCity? My second question is, what proportion of your student community back in the UK is made up of international students, and what proportion of that is actually made up of Indian students?
Okay, can I answer the last part first? Last part, I think we have approximately 21% of our student population are international. I think approximately 40% from India at the moment.
Of the 20%?
Of the 20%, yeah. So I think the first question is about why we chosen GIFTCity versus any other great states of India under the UGC's regulations. I think because it's a fortuitous, because my colleague led a delegation and they visited GIFTCity. The officials there was very welcoming and explaining the vision of GIFTCity, and then the state of Gujarat is, as you know, is a powerhouse of economic growth and innovation. So we have been really convinced and inspired. That's the place that we would like to seek approval to get a branch campus, and then also with also the great partnership we have with GUS, and they're very familiar with GIFTCity. I think you'll be exploring that.
Yeah, that's right. So we did have a lot of conversations with the Surrey team to look at what it is, and for all the reasons that Dr. Max mentioned, we decided that that's the best fit for us at this point in time.
What is the opening batch size that you're looking at for 2026? How many students would you want to admit in your first year?
I think that's something which is being worked out at the planning stage. So once we have the final list of approved courses from GIFT and a pricing, then we'll have a better handle on that.
So are you planning all Indian students, or do you offer it to some foreign students?
See, eventually I see that India becoming an important hub for transnational education as well. Right now we are a net exporter of it, but with universities like Surrey coming in, it will be a great opportunity for South Asia also, South Asian students to look at India as well. So probably in the start it will be predominantly and mostly Indian, but in the future perhaps this could be a way for the university to grow within this region.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Then you've run out of questions. Oh, you still run out of questions.
So what about the research? Because today research is a very important aspect in for life of any university. All the credit comes from what kind of research is happening. So what do you expect? How it will help?
Eventually, definitely, and you know, you should look at the research credentials of the university and also his personal research credentials. He's one of the vice chancellor who's really leads from the front. So I'll let him really answer that. And how does he look at India and this you know, entity to further the cause of research that Surrey is already doing?
I could not agree more. I think research, you know, that's a great question. Research is one of the two key missions of higher education institutions. So as we progress, as we take students first into the programs we set up, and as we recruit faculty members locally, and we ensure the quality of the faculty members we recruit will be very high so that they can do both teaching and research. So that is the plan. In the future, we will develop the research capacity, but that will take a bit of time.
Thank you.
All right, so thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.